TRU Boxing Heads here with Peter Nelson, HBO Boxing. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
We're doing good. We just got done with that Bradley Chavez press conference. It was pretty cool. We were just talking about Oscar De La Hoya actually showed up. You know, this is not the first time Golden Boy and Top Rank have worked together. You know, they did it on the Kovalev Hopkins fight, but they're going to be Herrera versus Benavidez fighting on HBO once again.
Yeah, it's terrific. It's great to see two great companies realigned for the purpose of a great fight. And what we expect with a veteran like Herrera, with a young up-and-coming top blue chip prospect like Jose Benavidez, is that we're going to get a terrific fight. One of three on Saturday.
Right, and you got the world title bout between Lee and Korobov, and then also obviously Bradley Chavez in a great main event.
Yeah, we're excited for this night. It caps off a terrific year for us. It's been one fight after the next, particularly this fall, between Hopkins Kovalev and Terrence Crawford really emerging as one of the bright lights of the sport. Gennady Golovkin. We've had a nice run here, and it's all leading into 2015, where we already have our first fight scheduled with Alvarado Rios 3. The trilogy comes to its inevitable conclusion.
Yes. Now, you actually touched on a point that I was going to get to, the fact that, you know, since October, it seems like, I mean, back-to-back week HBO Boxing has been on, and it's been the spotlight of boxing.
We believe that great fights lead to great fights, and 50-50 competition is what the fans desire. That's what resonates with them. And what we hope to achieve from a programming perspective is to try to create those opportunities and then let the promoters and the fighters do their jobs. And that's what we've all cooperatively worked so hard for this fall, is to enable that. And we've seen the fights flourish as a result. And last weekend was a great result of that. The Lemieux-Rosado fight, you saw viewership tuning in on a big college football weekend because people understood that the authenticity was there. It was going to be a terrific fight. You knew that Gabe Rosado always pours his heart into a fight, and Lemieux has that knockout power where every shot is thrown with bad intentions.
Absolutely, and you said it best, 50-50 matchups, you know, even fights. Boxing heads were calling this old school boxing after dark.
Well, greatness is more than just talent. We believe that you need to always test that talent and to keep it sharp and to keep it moving, advancing, learning. And that's what we've seen so many fighters do, rising to the occasion, upending expectations. Even sometimes when the favorite going into a fight ends up winning, they come out learning something new that they add to their arsenal that we see in successive fights, that they use in subsequent camps. And that's the great gift of great competition, and that's what we see fans really jumping into, leaning into, and wanting to see more of, and that's what we hope to provide.
Absolutely. Now, you're right, HBO the best in programming. The promoters do their job, and we actually seen some of that. You know, you've seen Golovkin sell out the StubHub Mexican style. That was a huge success. You've seen Terrence Crawford become a franchise in Omaha, and like you said, Barclays Center, no hometown fighter, but still a successful show in viewership.
Yeah, it's always great to see fans rallying into the arena, money out of their own pocket and hard-earned cash that they're paying in order to support the sport and support the fights that they believe are worthy of that. And there's no greater version of pay-per-view than fans going out and buying tickets to come to an arena for a show.
Absolutely, and like you said already, 2015 shaping up with Rios Alvarado 3. A lot of fans clamoring to that fight just based off what the first two provided, and the third one is going to be no different.
We have seen this to be an inevitable conclusion to two fights where you saw already 3,003 punches thrown between these two fighters, 19 rounds over the past 2 years, and now each fighter we've seen lifted as a product of fighting one another, win or lose. That's the great gift that great competition provides, is that everyone is elevated as a product of it. And we know that the third fight is going to be no different in terms of the action-packed nature of it. January 24th is going to be a tremendous night. It's going to be can't-miss action.
I also want to talk about the HBO viewership. I mean, just like in the past, you guys hold a lot of records. You know, for this year, the highest-rated fights. And, you know, it seems like HBO, that it's a pattern. You know, they always get the highest-rated shows.
Well, I mean, we can't take credit for viewers finding our product. You know, we have terrific team internally at the company that works relentlessly to make sure that as many people have the product as possible. And then people tune in. People like to say that the content is king, and then the platform hopefully can be the kingmaker, and we leave it to the fighters to win over the hearts and minds of the people themselves.
And that says a lot, because in 2013 Showtime was kind of hot. They had a lot of fights, and this year's been a down year, but as I said, HBO stayed up there, and the viewers keep coming back, and the numbers don't lie.
You always root for the sport.
Right.
You want to see the fighters succeed in the endeavor of lifting the sport to as great a heights as we can lift it, and that is us as a network working with our partners, them developing their fighters from the ground up. When it gets to a stage where they're ready for network TV, we love that we're looked at as a port of first call for them to come to us so that we can try to provide the fans with the best fights possible. That's the mission.
Absolutely. Now, one final thing, Oscar De La Hoya, he showed up today to the press conference, you guys working together. Tell the boxing heads a little bit about that reunion.
It's been a pleasure working with Golden Boy again. It's terrific working with the whole team. Oscar, Eric Gomez, Robert Diaz, all the way down. It's been an immensely rewarding and pleasurable working dynamic already, and we look forward to big things in 2015.
Love it. Now, any final word for the boxing heads out there?
Look out for us in 2015. We look forward to seeing you.
Hey, thank you for the time.
No problem. Thank you.